Good evening, everybody. I'm Nomad Soul X, and today I'm gonna show you a quick way to model a DNA helix in Blender 2.56. Before I move on, I have to apologize to you for my accent and for the way I'm talking, because I'm having the flu and stuff. Anyway, let's begin. We have just opened Blender. We are listening to Gigi Allen, and okay, this is optional. Anyway, we're going to the numpad, and we're pressing 7 and 5, yeah. So we can go to the top orthographic view, and we definitely don't delete the default cube. Instead of that, we're going to the edit mode, and we're scaling along the y-axis, yeah, like let's say here. We also subdivided that thing twice. Okay, and while we are still in the edit mode, we Shift D and X, so we can duplicate and move this thing along the x-axis. Okay, once again we are duplicating, but this time we're gonna rotate along the z-axis about 90 degrees. Okay, add ZX, and we're gonna place it somewhere nice, like let's say here, and SX. I'm roughly creating the shape of an H, of a Greek eta letter, you know. You don't have to be perfect in that. Okay, let's say we like it here. We're going to object mode. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I want to scale it along the z-axis, yes, like a ladder. Great, so we're having an 8. This is the basis of our DNA helix. So, we're gonna go to the modifiers and the array modifier. We're gonna keep the relative offset, but we're gonna zero the x-axis, and we're gonna enter 1 on the y-axis, and the count would be like 29. So and we're having a huge ladder pointing along the y-axis, and we're gonna apply that thing here. Yes, we're gonna keep it as a mess. This is very essential to do. And very important. We have to go to the edit mode, select all the vertices, pressing A, and remove doubles. Removed 1400 vertices. Useless information we don't want to mess with. Anyway, so we're going back to the object mode, and we're gonna rotate the whole thing along the x-axis at about 90 degrees. And we have a huge ladder pointing along the z-axis. Now we're gonna scale that thing, yes, a lot. We don't care about the size. Okay, so I'm pressing 1, going to the front orthographic mode, and I'm having a ladder with 30 steps. Okay, right now what I want to do is, to twist that thing in order to resemble a DNA ladder. But if I'm gonna just go to simple deform and apply twist, which is default, and play with the factor and the limits, definitely, this is not something I'm looking for. So I'm gonna delete that thing here, and I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna zoom in to any step of the ladder. I'm gonna go to the edit mode, excuse me, choose a vertex somewhere not somewhere exactly in the middle, a random vertex, but in the middle intersection, here, and I'm gonna Shift S and cursor to selected. So I'm gonna move the 3D cursor on the vertex in the middle of the step. Okay, I'm going back to object mode. And right now I'm gonna Shift A and add an empty, which I'm gonna rename into, this is optional, I can rename rename it into origin. Origin, why not? So I'm going to the ladder, modifiers, simple deform, and now origin as the origin, because they have the same name. And also don't forget to click on the relative. And now we have something like this. No helix, but if you're gonna push to the end the factor, you're having a helix. You're having a helix. It's not a tight helix, but it's definitely a helix. In case you want to play with the tightness or the looseness of the helix, you can just go to the edit mode, select all, and scale along the x-axis, so you can have it more, broader. And also scale along the z-axis, so you can have it tighter. Okay, something like this. So this is our helix here. The cool thing about this way of making helixes is that, okay, if you want just move the empty along the z-axis, you're actually animating the helix, which is very, very cool. You can place your own materials and stuff, you can do whatever you want. That's pretty much it. Anyway, thank you for watching me. Have a nice whatever.